Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Hi Sagittarius, this is your February monthly reading. Welcome and thank you for stopping by and taking the time. I know you're busy, I know you have a lot of things to do, I know you like to keep them moving and shaking, and I'm grateful for any time you want to provide and to watch me, because this is a really wonderful month. Now, I won't go into great detail. I do mention definitely the moons that happen every month. They're very effective. They definitely, I should say, affect all of us. The gravitational pull is real. You can look up and see them. You know, it's not like having to imagine this mysterious aspect of spirituality, which is a lot of it, but it's always very, very much there regardless of whether we can see it. And so, yeah, this is in the month of February. I would say the signs that will feel the most affected, I guess is the best simple way to put it, are going to be Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, who am I missing? And Gemini. Those being the four immutable signs. And it has to do with the configurations and the conjunctions and just this, that, and the other. So like I said, I'll keep it simple by saying you're one of those. And I'm excited about February for so many reasons, but I am actually recording this on January 29th, which happens to be the new moon in Aquarius. This is extremely good for you. Aquarius is an air element. Air and fire together just are very simpatico. They are very complementary to each other. Most of the time in my studies of compatibility with, signs and well, the thing that started me into astrology many, 55 moons ago, by a Sagittarius boyfriend, mind you, who bought me a poster. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it, but it's true. Who knew I would be so deep into it, so many years later. But yes, so it's going to be good for you. And I will mention that today's new moon is a great opportunity, if you've not done this or even thought about it, to write down specific intentions or manifestations or maybe dreams or, relationships you want to see grow and build and all of those wonderful things, because the power is much stronger the first couple of weeks after and then even longer. However, that when you write something down, there's a scientific study about it. It actually happens a lot more often than when you just think it. Okay, so give it a try and then get back with me and see what you think about that. Now, I do have a format that I do for now. It may change, but for now it's working pretty well. And I actually do have some things coming down the pike that I really am excited about doing on this channel that I've been studying and I want to bring to the fore, which is very conducive for this energy of Aquarius. They're forward thinking. They want to break out of any mold or any kind of, structure of any kind. That's just not for them. They're very independent. They're fixed signs. They're pretty set in their ways about things. But the thing about Aquarians is they want to help the world, basically. They want to be the leaders of the philanthropic, organizations that help those in need, and they want to help us grow. And Aquarians, as an air sign, love to learn and study and share what they learn, which is so beautiful. So that's a lot of the energy happening. I woke up feeling so amazing, and I hope you've been feeling that way too, Sagittarius, and will continue to through February and in many months on and forever as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I start as my format reading your chakra check for the day, because the chakras are the energy centers, and it's so important to just focus on the one that Spirit wants you to specifically focus on for the month of February. And I will read you the saying on it, which I like to call the mantra, that you can help to even build up that energy of that particular chakra, which in turn helps the other chakras. And I'm talking about the 8 in this particular package that I bought with the colors and the cards and the energies and everything that came with it. There's so many more, but they're the more vital ones in our bodies. And so it starts with the base, it goes to the second, the chakral, the sacral, I should say, then the complete blank. Now, please forgive me, this happens a lot with me lately. But the, yeah, I'll come back to that. The heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, and then the eighth is the all omnipotent, you know, the all encompassing energy that keeps us together, the matrix, I call it the matrix. This is the solar plexus here that I passed, forgive me. Our strength and our courage and our self-confidence. It's the brilliance of bright yellow. So let's see what Spirit would like you to be aware of. And it doesn't have to be anything bad. It's what Spirit's doing. I just follow as I go along as a longtime tarot reader and psychic intuitive channeler. Messages come through in addition to what I know and I've studied for a long time as far as the meanings of the cards. So I'll be talking and I don't edit, clearly. I guess I don't need to mention that if you've watched me at all. Simply because I want it to be completely real, pure, and authentic. And I don't even know sometimes what's going to come out. I don't. I hear myself, don't get me wrong, but I just, yeah, after the fact, I'm like, whoa, I didn't. And I feel it too. It takes quite a bit of energy, I will say. It's worth every moment of it for me, though, because it is absolutely my passion. So I've shaken this up a bit under here. Well, what do you know? How funny. That's funny to me. It is the solar plexus that I couldn't remember. I love you, Spirit. You're so fun. Anyway, this is, yes, once again, this represents right below our belly button, actually. I'm pointing a little too high. All about our courage and our strength. I call it the backbone, you know, and it's the yellow, the brilliance of yellow and the energy like from the sun. It's that Leo kind of fire energy as well, because, you know, Leo is definitely the actor of the zodiac. They're extremely passionate. They're the fire sign like you are. I'm sure you have a lot of Leo friends in your life, Sagittarius. That's a common connection, powerhouse, you know, partners in all different endeavors. Bear with me one second. I dropped the necklace. So I don't have that particular crystal out, so I'm going to put that in this beautiful necklace because I infused the reading with the crystal that goes with this particular chakra. And that's going to be, oops, it's right here. It's actually the tiger eye, which I've always loved that anyway. I don't know if you've ever seen him prior to this. I'm sure most of you have. But there's an amazing healing stone shop. And hopefully I'll be able to do some kind of an affiliation thing with them. And I'll be able to bring on the crystals on a regular basis in addition to this. Because crystals are amazing. They're so healing and they have so many wonderful properties. And the tiger eye tends to look like an eye of a tiger. And it's got that beautiful amber color to it. And so these are known for luck and, you know, well-being, health, protection always. I think the list goes on, but I'll put this in here quickly as I will infuse the reading while wearing it, bringing out that power part of my solar plexus and sharing that with you. And then I'll read to you what the, as I mentioned, like I call the mantra that you can kind of keep in mind and maybe do a little meditation with it sometime when you're thinking about it. You're feeling like, wow, I'm not feeling as confident today. I'm not feeling as, you know, strong or powerful like we all really are, but tend to not give ourselves credit for a lot of times. So this is considered the third chakra because it starts from the base up. And it says, my body and personality are in harmony. I am strong, confident, and centered. I know who I am and the purpose for which I am here. And even saying that, doesn't that just, did you feel that switch in your energy at all? Because it feels so right and it's true. And it is our spirit speaking. You know, this is our vessel that we hold our spirit in. And yeah, so I hope that you can utilize that. Although most of the time, Sagittarians, I've known a lot of Sagittariuses, and you're usually pretty upbeat and quite confident, very much a freedom seeker. You know, you are intelligent, you are about higher learning, definitely justice. You, you're incredibly truthful and to the fault sometimes. There is this part that I laugh at because I have a son that I'm loved so dearly, and he's a Sagittarius, and we're just like this. And he'll just say straight up what he means. You know, he doesn't sugarcoat it. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I actually really, really love that because I know I'm not being, you know, it's not under any false pretenses. I know that he's being genuine, and I appreciate that in everybody. So let's read to you what it says for the card associated with this solar plexus chakra. And it says, once again, confidence, power, purpose. I mentioned the tiger eye stone. I radiate happiness and positive energy. And there you go. Now, you are ruled by Jupiter, Sagittarius, as is Pisces. So I will mention the few of the most important things happening for all of us, but definitely that will be affecting you. As I mentioned earlier, a mutable sign like Pisces. We have a changing of the guard, so to speak, with the North Node and the South Nodes. The nodes represent the next series of eclipses that will happen for the next 18 months. We've just exited from the North Node Aries, South Node Libra, and now, like I said, it's North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. The North aspect is the direction we want to go. It's generally, the analogy is that of a dragon. So the North Node is the head, and the South Node is the tail. And the tail is usually, and more importantly, the part of our lives we want to release, you know, remove, set boundaries, you know, basically get rid of. Whether it's the way we think, our habits, people, circumstances, junk around the house, you know, purging is huge with Virgo in the South Node, and being maybe a little more critical than we need to be with ourselves. I definitely have that aspect in my life. I don't know if you do. I am a Libra, but I do have one planet in an earth sign, and that is Virgo, and I definitely can be the worst critic of my life, and I really want to stop that because it doesn't do me any favors, and it just makes you feel bad. So yes, that is the chakra check. Now I'm going to be reading with this beautiful deck for Valentine's Day because it's a gorgeous pink, and I've got the pink and red going. I had to bring out the red gloves for you because it is a fiery energy, which is what you are as a fire sign. You point that arrow, you're half man, half horse. You want to travel, you want to move, and you want to know. Once you go in that direction, you're getting it. It's on. You don't even think twice about it. You know, that's what I love about you too. It's not about, oh, I wonder if I'm, you know, if that's going to, no. You decide it, it happens. And I'm not saying it happens overnight. I'm not saying it happens in exactly the way you want. It happens, okay? And you deserve it because you go through all the steps you need to make it happen. Now, this is actually called the OK Tarot. It's a very simple deck. It said that anybody can use, and I love it for that reason and for everything I'm speaking about. You're true blue, just a kind of really simplistic person, extremely generous and kind, and like I said, intelligent, and the list goes on. So I am fond of you. I really am. I know, and I'm going to say it. You don't watch my videos much. I'm as far as looking and seeing the stats, which I'm really not big on, but even in just the last few months when I restarted my branding and a new channel, because I had to stop for a couple of years. But I'm back indefinitely. And what's the best thing is for you, if you like what you see, is to be able to help me by liking, sharing, and subscribing. That's it for YouTube. I mean, that's what they want, and for me to grow. And I definitely want that to happen. That's all you have to do, and it is free. So just something to think about. No pressure. I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a beautiful layout. I do change the layouts from month to month. I do a monthly collective I started about 5 weeks ago. You might want to tune into. It's for everybody. It's all inclusive. But we're going to get started now, okay? I'm going to finish with an animal spirit guide card, and a manifestation card, which I think are amazing. You'll see, it's a saying that's just for you, and it usually is pretty synchronistic with the reading thus far. So the center card would be the overall energy that presides over this reading, which is very important to you, and that is the Page of Pentacles. Well, I like this a lot because the page is usually the youthful, kind of new, green around the edges, fresh message or inspiration, okay? And the pentacles represent money. They represent our grounded earth energy, okay? And that has to do with our finances and our well-being and our day-to-day, our works, our jobs, our families, our gardens, getting our hands dirty in the soil, going out and taking walks in fresh air and getting just the parts that we can see, feel, and touch. See, there's something in the making here. And it doesn't surprise me with Sagittarians. I think you're always looking, although, you're probably very content with where you are. You're open to a lot. That's the mutable aspect of you that I mentioned early on. You're not stuck in any one particular way, and you're open to a lot of different perspectives as well. So it could also have to do with the child. Maybe you want to have a child at long last, which, Sagittarius have kids. They may take a little longer than the next sign. There is that reality to the independence part and the freedom, which, I think it's great. Why rush or, kid yourself if you're not somebody that wants to settle down or have children right away, but for a lot of people, all of a sudden there's just like a clock for even men and for women that just kind of goes, oh, I think I might want this. And of course for women, there's a certain time frame. So maybe you're about to have a child. Maybe you've maybe you've adopted an animal. Because that's a child too, with my beautiful, beloved eclipse that I adopted in 2020. Man, I don't know. I don't know what I would do without him. They're amazing. He's my family. He's my furry son. So yeah, that's the overall energy. It also is very important to bring up that there's this childlike wonder when it's the pages, because there's the youngest of the, what am I trying to say? There's a major arcana and the kings, the queens, the knights, and then the page, So they are the youngest, but it's inspiration. It's definitely inspiration, and it has to do with money. So maybe something's coming through that's going to bring in an extra stream of income, that sort of thing. The card crossing this is the possible blessings or blocks. And you have Judgment. Okay, you know what? I have not pulled this since I've been doing the readings for February. And you're the 9th sign now. And, well, Judgment is just that. It's a major arcana. How funny. It's got this mirror, and it's like pointing in the mirror. And that saying, when you point at somebody, all the fingers are back at you. So be careful. But I think it's just knowing that, number one, there's a whole different depiction with the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's mainly, it's different people coming out of their graves and rising from the dead, and like the rising of the phoenix, just starting over a whole huge transformation, which, by the way, I can't emphasize enough the changes taking place this year. Once in a lifetime changes. It's happened a lot in my lifetime now, and in my lifetime I'm on the last quadrant, okay? But for many of you, this is something that you've never seen and you won't see again. With a lot of the astrology placements, and Judgment is just that. It's already made. It's already determined. It's a judgment you've made. It's a judgment Spirit's made. It could be very karmic. It might have to do once again with the child. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, I didn't necessarily know I was going to have that child. I mean, that comes into mind, and you don't have to share that, but that happens, and you're absolutely tickled pink about it. And then. That's definitely karmic, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. Block would be if it were somebody that, or a situation, or maybe a judgment in a court case that I think is positive. I really do. Let's just put it out there that way. I'm more prone to be more positive than not. I have a Pisces rising which is a Jupiter ruled sign as well. So my life works better that way. And just know that when you're coming to this channel, I'm here to infuse that in you. I'm here to inspire you and lead you on and let you know just how powerful and beautiful and wonderful each and every one of you are. Because I fully believe that. Even in our darkest days, we are all so valid and so important. So yes, those are the two so far. That's the overall energy, the blessings or blocks. We're moving on to the foundation card. Oh my goodness, 9 of Pentacles. Well, that's you. That is you in all your glory. It isn't in the sense that it is an earth element, but what it is one of the most independent cards in the zodiac, which I absolutely love. You worked really hard. 10 is the highest as far as the court cards. That was what I was trying to say earlier, court cards. And you're at 9, and it usually shows the depiction of a woman in a lush and, very abundant garden. There's grapes growing, and they're not easy to grow, and, there's wine and song, and she's dressed to the nines, and she's in that yellow and red, and she's feeling very powerful, and she's worked really hard, and she knew that she could get there. She never doubted it. She's got a bird on her shoulder, and that's her mind, letting her know, yes, you believed in this. You spoke in a way that created and manifested things as you wanted, because we can really sabotage ourselves sometimes, and not even meaning to, by claiming we want to manifest something, but at the same time actually blocking it. This is fantastic. This is very, very good. There's only one more to go for that 10. But I would say, once again, your overall nature usually makes these kind of things happen. So congratulations on that. Let's move forward. We have the past, and you have the Queen of Swords. So that's interesting. We are the new moon, which is in Aquarius. I mentioned that. It does represent all of the air signs as well. But I want to go more for, I would say, Aquarius or Gemini, because justice, the scales, really represents Libra, as well as the Empress, because it has the sign of the glyph of Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra. So yes, the Queen of Swords. This is a very, very truthful, straightforward, caring, compassionate, fair-minded, feminine energy versus masculine, but not because it's a woman per se, but there's that intuitive quality that comes with the feminine aspects in every one of us. We have both the female and masculine energies. And so, I mean, you've been feeling really good. I think you are involved with somebody that is perhaps an air sign, or you have it in your chart. There's a compatibility, I feel there. I feel like, it just has a good energy as far as, once again, you love the truth. You love the justice of life. So that's what you're getting. You've gotten information. You've asked for information. It's come through. And I feel like you're moving ahead, feeling way better, because a couple more things I'll mention. We've had the planet of Mars, which is the warrior planet, the planet that provides us our energy and our motivation and, a fiery energy. Once again, Aries is ruled by Mars. Actually, Scorpio is ruled by Mars. More historically, I think it's also Pluto in the more recent, decades. But I digress. The point is, Mars has been in retrograde, and it's been retrograde in Cancer for, I think, since January 6th. Yeah, it was in Leo, then it went into retrograde in Leo, back into Cancer retrograde. It's going to go direct in February, though, not till the 23rd. But boy, I feel like if you've noticed, as a fire sign, which you would, more than a water or air or earth sign, a little decline and dip in your energy, but you're making it happen. You're still making things work, of course. It doesn't go away completely. It's going to come back. You're going to start noticing incrementally, It'll stay in Cancer through April. Then it goes into Mars, that goes back into Leo. And that's really superb for you. So be aware of these things, because, days and months just zip on by. But we do have the full moon happening on the 12th of February in Leo. So I think it's going to be very, very telling. And, you know, the full moons represent the lighting of a subject and being able to see things a lot clearer. If there are things that are a little bit wonky or, you know, not 100% work through, this will be the time that you can culminate and make things, you know, work it out, settle it out, get the information you need, get the conversations going that need to be had, you know, find the money you need for the new investment or a child or whatever the case may be. Positive stuff. Venus, the same sign I mentioned before, you know, happens to be in Pisces right now through the 4th of February. It's been in Pisces since, what was it, the 2nd of January. So that's been excellent for you too, because you both have the Jupiter alignment there and you're both mutable signs. So anytime something's going on with Pisces, you're going to be feeling it. And with the North Node in Pisces for the next 18 months, you can dream and create and have all this incredible, beautiful, romantic, and, you know, that we've got Neptune in Pisces now, and it'll end, but we'll talk about that later. We've got Saturn that can structure, but it keeps things really happening. There's rewards at the end when you kind of really just diligently work towards whatever it is you want or the relationship, and you're just like, it's fantastic. People get afraid of Saturn, but trust me, it's such a beautiful thing to stay on track. So it's there to do that. And then we have the new moon on the 27th of February in Pisces. A lot of Pisces energy. We leave Aquarius season on the 18th, when it then becomes Pisces season. So, you know, I mentioned February was very conducive for you, and those are a lot of the reasons why. Then we have the present. What's happening? Oh, yes. Oh, I know you're going to feel this, whether it's sunny out or not, and it has been, but we're going to get our rain back again. Hence the jacket. And one day I promise I won't have a jacket on, but it's pretty chilly where I am. And the sun, the most vibrant, beautiful, lucky, expressive, and confident. Going back to what I said about this, so beautiful. See how it all ties together when Spirit's working with me, as it always is, and with all of us. And the readings are all different, you know, but they have different applications and meanings for each sign, even if it were the exact same reading. This is fantastic. This is where you're at right now. And I'm extremely happy for you, because I said I kind of favor you. I do. And you deserve this. So it's absolutely one of the best energies and cards in the zodiac. So once again, it does also refer to a childlike, youthful, fun aspect, you know, and making sure you do that balance of work and play and just enjoy and indulge when you can, which I know a lot of Sagittarius, they're so super kind and they're very generous. So they're always giving, and they like trying things, they have food, they have everything. They're just, I can't go on enough about you. So yeah, but Leo represents the sun as well. And there is that full moon. So I think something very pertinent will be coming up. Please let me know. Then we have the future, and you have the Knight of Cups. Well, this is the messengers. These are the messengers. The Knights are very, very interested in doing their job. They're regal. They are dependable. The Pentacles are the coins, and the Pentacles. They represent, you know, perhaps money, investments. It has to do with maybe some kind of inheritance. You'll find out, but it's a slow-moving night. Out of all of them, it is the slowest. So I'm not saying you're going to find out about that in February, but you will be getting news about some things, and I think it's going to be really, really positive. And it'll be great, because you can then decide at that time what you're going to do with that. And whatever it is, it's going to last a very long time. That's the thing about the Knights of Pentacles. They are slow moving, but they are long term. You know, they ground. They're the earth, that it's about sustenance and just like, you know, long term kind of influences. Okay. So then we have the stem. Let me see if I can help you a little bit more here and see if you can lower this. But I'll always hold up the card as well. The stem of the Celtic cross, and this is going to be what they call your basically your perspective, kind of your viewpoint in your life right now, on the reading, on, peripherally what you're feeling, what your perspective is, which is perfectly understandable with this Piscean at the helm energy, because Pisces, one of the Pisces cards is the Hanged Man, hanging from the tree of life, and just kind of stopping. I mean, the energies have slowed down anyway, so it's been a perfect time. A lot of businesses shut down a couple weeks at Christmas, are still unraveling from that, even getting back to momentum. Maybe you took a vacation, just really reveling in not having a whole lot to do other than exactly what you want, whatever that may be, and just seeing a different perspective, because the Hangman is upside down, but very, very at peace. There's a big yellow halo of, trust and confidence and happiness, joy, that inner joy. It has to be from within ourselves. I've been listening to stations on YouTube that have the old, videos of a lot of the best groups of musicians that I used to go and see in person. And I don't know, it's kind of like a medicine to me. And I would really recommend you do that during the month of February to stay grounded, as well as just kind of get lost in music and things that make you feel at peace, and without being too wah-wah. But most people love music. Put those headsets on and just tune out, and really just, music is so healing in so many ways. So this is the, as I said, your perspective, the 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've gotten some beautiful readings for February, but this is really one of the best. I've really got goosebumps going up my shins. It happens all the time. This is the highest it can get. And it's not just, well, it's the reference to water element. It's about our emotions. If you have any placements in water, of course, you'll feel it more with the Pisces energy being prominent for 18 months and all the other reasons I explained. But the water signs are the ones that really have the sensitivity. I mean, they're deep in their feelings. They're very, very psychic a lot of times. They're very much in tune. They recognize they're selfless. I mean, Pisces is incredibly selfless and very, very psychic and intuitive and clairvoyant. You might have incredible dreams. You're fulfilling your wishes, and you're feeling good at home. You're feeling good with family. You're feeling good with overall, just everything. It doesn't always have to be about money, but if you're feeling good in your body, that's the wealth of all wealths, right? So that is your perspective, boy. And you keep that in your mind and you're going places. So then we have the environment, and you have the 7 of Pentacles. So once again, a lot of money seems to be in the picture. I think you're really thinking hard is what this really means. It's a spiritual number, and you're getting divine guidance and intuitive messages. So write them down if you choose to do so. Speak them in your phone when you have a dream. They can be very prophetic messages for you for a long time. And like I said, I would say the full 18 months, but specifically in February and March, when it's in the season of Pisces, in addition to all of the other planets that will be in Pisces. Just really thinking you're almost to the 10, which is the ultimate there, like the 10 of Cups, you're already there with the emotional part and how strongly you feel about a certain person or circumstance. It's really, it feels good to feel. It feels good to have emotion, And just being discerning about it is what I'm seeing. Are you receiving back as much as you put into your time? Are you thinking about changing job? I mean, there's a lot of variables here, but you're definitely contemplating that. Or you're around some Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn that's influencing you, or you have those traits or signs in your natal chart. You can always look that up for free. And it's a really fascinating thing to see all the different layers that you are, other than a Sagittarius. So then we have the hopes and fears category, and you have 2 7s in a row, the 7 of Cups. Now, the 7 of Cups represents a lot of opportunity. Spoil for choice is the notorious term that I've heard from beautiful Minopond and other readers. And this can be good. And I know my son, like I said, and I know that he would be invited to 3 or 4 parties. Oh, he got all of them. Yep. He did. And he was, just stay a little bit at each, but he had to get to all of them. But that can be, and that's great at a certain time and place in your life. What I would suggest is that you narrow down your choices and be very sure you're looking at and doing your due diligence as to these offers and these things that look so shiny and wonderful. And it is about your emotions. It's about your intuitive knowing and listening very strongly to that, because it will let you know. You could do a game, whatever you want to do, where you pick a cup, you say, okay, what about this cup? Listen, what about this cup? And, less is more. You don't need all the things to do. There comes a time in your life you're like, I'm good with, working a little less and a little smarter. That would be something to consider with the hopes and fears, is that you're definitely listening. You're not feeling rushed. You're not being impulsive. And you'll make the right choices. You really will. Ask for that guidance. Then you have your outcome card. Ooh, the 8 of... This has come in that same position, and I don't remember who it is right now, right off the bat. The 8 of Swords. That is the air energy, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, and I'm going to pull another one. I never end with an 8 or a 10 of Swords. It's our minds and how we think things and how we have the fears and the what ifs and oh my gosh, and the feeling of restriction. There's generally in the Rider-Waite-Smith a lady that has a blindfold, around her eyes, and she's got these ties around her. But when you look closely, even all the 8 swords are like looking as though they're, fencing her in. But in fact, none of that is really true. You can walk through the swords. You can take off the blindfold, the ropes or whatever, very loose. So it's really in our mind so much. We create so much havoc in our mind. And to remember that, and as I've been saying for a lot of the readings in February, when you have that feeling and you have that fear, you have that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm worrying, snap out of it, as I say, because it's really that quick. But what I wanted to say earlier is, I don't think it's you. I don't think it's you. I think you might be in the atmosphere of this kind of thing. And I mean, depending on what you do for work, you might be dealing with it on a daily. And to separate yourself from that. And then to share, if you will, to these people or persons or whatever, it's okay. It's going to pass. And please try to think of the positive aspects of things versus always the negative, because it can bring that to us. It really absolutely can. Let's pull another card. Clarification. I love this. This has come out so much in February. 3 of Pentacles. This is the Mastery card. This is growth. This is working with others. This is expansion. I didn't mention that Jupiter, that's the other mutable sign, has been in the sign of Gemini, the mutable Gemini, and it actually went retrograde, I want to say like last August or September. I always mix that up, but it happens every year, 4 or 5 months. It's going direct, I believe on the 4th, the same day that Venus goes into Aries, which is going to be great because that's your fellow fire sign. But, a lot of wonderful things. But Gemini, oh my gosh, that's fabulous for you. And that's also about the mind, but it's about ideas and expression. And Jupiter's mutable, but Gemini is mutable, but she's ruled by Mercury. And, so that's about commerce and just, active ways of thinking and engaging, and networking is coming through. If you've not done that, this is a growth time for you. So utilize this energy to the best of your ability, even though things are going to be absolutely okay, regardless. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. And I'm really, really happy for you, as I mentioned. And it is a great month for so many things. I guess there's a couple of challenging planetary aspects, which, they come all the time. I don't even remember them, nor do I focus on them. This too shall pass, as they say. So let me read to you in closing your spirit guide message, if I may, and you're still here, and thank you so much. Do like and subscribe, and and share and support this channel would be amazing. It's a soft sale. I'll be here for you. It's all free. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit. They're big cards. I love that about them. And I've only got part of them. So let me do the fair thing and make sure I'm getting a big chunk. Yeah, and they're not upside down and backwards. Okay, so just a quick little shuffle here. Going past the time frame, of course. And for you, beautiful Sagittarius, for the month of February 2025, you have the dog. Well, I don't know a lot about it, but I know one thing I do know, like as in the Fool, which is the 0, the very first before, in the journey of the tarot, is a dog that's at the ankle of this guy that's about to just leap off a cliff because he has that much faith and trust in life, and he absolutely trusts and says, let go and let God type of attitude. He's got the dog, the friend, the loyal friend, right? Nipping at him, going, careful. Let's read what it says for you. I'll put it right smack dab in the middle. I know you can be very loyal and a great friend to people, Sagittarius. So let's read it and we'll keep it moving. And this was from yesterday's, so that did not get shuffled, but that's okay. The D, A, B, C, D, E. Oh my, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. The words associated are friendship, joy, and dependability. There you go. Dog is the faithful friend. Dog reminds us of a loyalty and the joy of sacrifice for friendship. Drawing dog asks us to focus on the people who have actually, in practice, been there in good times and bad, rather than giving love and attention to those who are hard to get. Dog asks us to step out of a cycle of trying to win people with a negative return. Rather than spending time on those who ignore or belittle us, dog reminds us to focus our loyalty and attention on true friends. Likewise, it may indicate that it may be time to step up as a dependable friend. Make time to listen to friends and loved ones. Life is short. Let them know why you love them. All about February Love Month. Dependable, beloved dog teaches us how to accept love and share it. Well, you're full of love, so this is fantastic. And all I would, I guess, focus on is, knowing and just, like, I think you accept everybody, to be honest, but sometimes you have to sit and think, well, I don't know, that one person is, I don't always feel good when I'm leaving, and I feel better when I'm not around that person, or whatever the case may be. And this is the time. This is the Virgo, I told you, the releasing. And this is like just saving yourself, you know? I mean, you care enough to where when you're feeling great, other people around you feel great. You're helping in that way. So I don't need to say more about that. But yeah, that's the dog. So I'll finish with the last message. As I mentioned, this is the Motivation Manifesto deck by David Burchard. And so your last saying, and you can use this as a, you can take a snapshot, because sometimes the sayings are just so wonderful. Any plunge into the unknown is reckless, but that's where the treasure lies. So, oh man. And like I said, you are so willing to try and just, you kind of are a daredevil yourself, right? But I love that for you. How perfect. Have a beautiful, wonderful February. I mean, even if the slightest portion of this is something that you can resonate and that happens, I'm extremely happy for you. I think it's going to happen, but you can let me know. And I definitely hope to see you back next month. Take good care. Bye for now.